Well, the YouTube deficit here. Another video. 2 missing teens found after 20 years. Even though they have been found, I still wanted to go over this because I'm gonna do a mapping. I want to check out the lay of the land, and I also remember the video I did watch on this literally showed a specific road near a river. There was a guardrail there. Now, whether or not the guardrail was there 20 years, say so, of the, and I believe this maybe is a 3-year-old video because of the simple fact that the car accident happened in 2000. It was actually the year my son was born. He's 23 this year, so I'm assuming this is, they got their years wrong. If anybody wants to check this out, this is the YouTube channel. Actually, it was a year ago, huh? And they're saying 20 years after a year ago. That's 22 years. I got their little mess up on that, but whatever. If you want to check it out, News Channel 5. But what is very interesting in this story is the fact that this car ran off, like I said, on a road near a river. I believe it was in April or maybe even in the summertime. But, of course, unless it was raining that day or night, that night, that would explain they drift, say so, off the road. But for the simple fact that they didn't even mention rain. And that's why I wanted to look a little more into this case. Because, I mean, with my thoughts, theories, ideas on this, especially if there was a guardrail there at the time of the accident, I don't know. Like I said, when they were standing there on the road in this video talking about it, it looked like there was a guardrail there. So, I mean, with that being said, right, you know, that's a big factor in this case. Because if they ran into this river, I mean, and if a guardrail was there at the time, I mean, how did they manage to bust through it, let alone get through it, is beyond me. Because, you know, the story of this goes is that these two are coming from a party, and because of the direction they were heading, you know, police didn't even to think to look in this river at all. And then it came out to say later on, I don't know, years later, I want to say maybe 5 years, it says in this video, that someone claimed that they did not leave the party and they weren't going in this direction. They were going in another direction. So it led them into speculations that they were, you know, captured, you know, something could have seriously happened, robbed. But who knows, because they're leaving this as an accident, and I just can't wrap my head around the 2 teenagers. And I want to say what I remember in this video is they were dropping off a brother of one of the sibling, and they were going home in another direction, which would be where this bridge was. I mean, not bridge, where the river was, and led to their demise. Now, you know, I'm uneasy with this case. It just, I don't know, unless they were horsing around in the car, or if they even had a little too much to drink is the question. But, you know, there's nothing to indicate how they got ran off the road or drove off the road, which I think, honestly, maybe they did get ran off the road. Unless, like I said, they were horsing around, lost control. Okay, that's something a teenage, young drivers would do. There was some young teenagers here in Leominster, Mass. that were going down the old Lancaster Road, roller coaster road, as it was called, it still is, speeding and lost control, but who knows? Something could have jumped out in front of them that night too. Something could have jumped out in front of these people that night too. No one thinks of an ordinary happening, let alone, there could have been a car swerved over playing chicken, and watch them go in the river and say, oh shit, get out of here. Just no remorse, no thoughts, just drive. They're dead, who cares? Maybe they think they'd get out or something, but, ignorance could have played the factor in this too. But they're leaving it as an accident. There's no speculations on, dang nabbit, what led to this tragedy. But they're leaving it as an accident for now. I don't know if they're going to do any more investigating on it, but to me, I'm not satisfied with the case. I'll never be satisfied with a case like this. Any case that they just close and say, oh, accidental, to me, there's got to be more to it before I close it. If I was an investigator, I'm sorry. I don't know if they looked for any skid marks. They didn't say nothing about no skid marks. So if these people just happen to, lose control, why didn't they brake? I mean, the only reason why I would say someone could have ran them off the road is because the simple fact, you're not braking. I mean, you're trying to swerve. It's that intuition or whatever you would call it, to try and, when you get into predicaments like that, say so playing chicken, you're definitely going to be swerving out of the way, just from instinct. And losing control, slamming on your brakes would definitely be a marker. Did they slam on there? But did they even try to stop the going in the river? Let alone if there was a guardrail there. So, you see, there's these questions that need to be answered. And these questions need to be think of when you're an investigator. And obviously, these guys, I'm sorry. But I can't be sorry because they didn't find these people. An actual YouTuber with sonar on a little boat found these people. And just because, this river was never searched, he took it upon himself to search it, found the car. So I'm sorry, not sorry. They didn't do a thorough investigation. And when that tip came in, it was a tip that they were going the other direction. They weren't going in the direction the police thought they were going because, they thought they were drunk or they thought they were, kidnapped and, maybe robbed and all these other theories. They didn't take it upon them to say, well, let's go this way after many, many years now. I would have went the other way if I wasn't finding something out that way. All right? And then they went and said that they could have been down in Florida. Someone's seen them in multiple other places. It's just, this shit goes on and on and on, right? So here's an area that they did not search. As you can see the river in the picture. Did not search, did not go the alternate route. An amateur comes out and finds these people, these teens, and it's like, damn. You gotta say, what? You see, this is why I make these videos, and this is why I give thoughts, theories, ideas on my channel. Because, right, I don't think just inside the box, man. You gotta come out with any possibility. Any type of thing you can just... Even if you're making it up, you gotta think out the box. You just can't keep these articles. You can't keep this ridiculous thing. And when you're getting tips from people, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's probably why they think outside the box. Because they got these people that are just anonymous stuff, making up stuff that they, and then you get the people that make up the, oh, I murdered this person, or I did that. And, imaginations run wild on people. And then they come up and flabbergasting stories and these friggin' nonsense things leading police. And sometimes you can say that police get frustrated and don't want to go into another route. But when you don't do that on your own gut feeling, then you got an amateur coming along. Oh, I found him with a radar sonar on my boat. Well, then you look like a damn fool to me. You always got to go... And there's a perfect example. You're standing at them crossroads. You got to walk each crossroad, each road off that crossroad, each road off of it. You just can't go, just go down here. Seems good down here, but you find nothing. Well, someone said it was down here. I'm going to stay down here until I find something. And that's the way it works. That's the way it goes. That's why stuff don't get solved, because you don't think outside the box. That's right. A little bit of Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. But, but you never know, man. Could be one of us YouTubers one day, is right. Even the Gabby Petito case. Solved by YouTubers. Going anywhere they can go, where searchers didn't go. So, I mean, I'm sorry, that makes searchers, on law enforcement, just because they want to stick with by the book. Sometimes you got to pull yourself out of that book and go about other things. Gut feelings is the number one thing, and I think the law has lost it these days. They don't want to use gut feeling no more, because probably, too many of them got it wrong and blah, blah, blah. But still, you just can't give up on something when something works. You don't fix something that's not broken, right? And I think a lot of the law today is just, I don't know. This case is just sad. And we're in their right mind want to find their kids dead in the river, waiting 20 years to have closure. I mean, it's a good thing they didn't get tied up with some serial killer and to never be found, but this is bad, man. I know I would have been following each road on the crossroad, not just one way. It's not just a one-way street when you're investigating. You gotta go down that one-way street, backwards, the wrong way, to make it to the next destination if you have to. That's the way things should be. But at least we got family's got some closure on this sad situation. The two kids had to lose their lives. Just started. They were best of friends. Let's give them a moment of silence. And hopefully, they'll start doing more investigating than just follow the guidelines and just, one-way street. This is where we're going and this is where we're staying. Nobody leave this street. No investigating out of the line. Yeah, that's not how you find stuff, my people. You gotta have an imagination. to make things work. Big imagination. Take every little thing you learn from the streets, let alone from books, and put it all together to make it work. Till the next video, be safe, take care, and always be safe. Because you never know when you take that wrong turn, or who knows, these kids could have been, driven off the road. But I'm going to do a mapping of this, and I want to take a little more time into this case, because, I just want to know about that road, and was there maybe even take a little back in time, look, see maybe if I can find anything of a guardrail or something, but guardrail, skid marks, big key question in this place, in this investigation. What the hell? Firing guns. Oh shit. Sound like World War III. Man down, man down. Alright folks, be safe out there. Out.